I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I'm out foraging today, and it's been a really good day. It's been quite warm. We're in the middle of July, but we came across this patch of gorgeous goldenrod. I'm going to harvest just a little bit of it and then come out again next week to gather more. You never want to gather more than a third of a patch. So goldenrod is a member of the aster family. A lot of people think it causes allergies, but it doesn't. It's got these beautiful little racemes of flowers on top and a nice stalk. And if you look carefully here, you can see the structure of the leaves. They're lanceolate, and they are opposite on a stem. Really nice little flower. The best time to harvest goldenrod is actually right before it blooms, or at this stage is probably still okay. This stage here is a good stage too, and that's because being a member of the aster family, what happens is the flowers will poof. All right, kind of like dandelions, will poof into the little bursts of seeds, and therefore it's just a good idea, if you can, to pick them on the early side. But if you happen to pick them a little later and they go poof, that's all right. You can still use it. Okay, we'll talk more about goldenrod when I get home. Here's Mr. V. We found a really huge goldenrod patch. Now he's out there without me because guess what? I was not wise and I'm wearing flip-flops. And there are some places in northern Idaho you don't want to walk about in flip-flops because you might hit a snake. And that wouldn't be good. Usually when we come out foraging, I wear knee-high muck boots. And that's what he's got on right now. So we were in such a hurry to leave, and he was hollering at me to get going, and I just thought, oh, all right, let's go. And jumped in, and here we are. Here's the boys. Here's Jax. Jimmy is laying down, a little baby. Oh, buddies. Hi, Jimmy Jim. I'll tell you what, it has been so nice to get out here today, even though it's like dreadfully hot. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful day out here. And you've got to enjoy the summer while you can, especially in Idaho. All right, so we're back from foraging, and it's actually been a couple of days since we were out harvesting the mullein and the goldenrod. So here's a bunch that's just been laying out to dry and air dry. And goldenrod is wonderful to just air dry because it dries really fast. It's also very beautiful. It's one of the nice flowers to use for everlastings if you're into flower arranging and things like that. But I just love goldenrod. I want you to notice something here with the little tiny flowers. You see how they kind of just poofed, but they didn't like spring all the way open? This is a sign that these were harvested at the right time. You want to get the flowers right before they bloom, right? They're just barely getting ready to bloom. So you'll have some opened blooms, and then you'll have some that are not. In fact, if you look at this side here, you can see these little guys here are not quite open yet. And it's okay if they do open, but they tend to poof. And you get the seeds, and they're still usable. They're still just fine, but a lot of people don't like that. They feel like there's something wrong with it, and there's really not. So I just wanted to share that with you. So let's talk about the parts of goldenrod that are usable. Typically, herbalists use the aerial parts. That would include the stems, the leaves, and the flowers. I personally will it's called garbling. I like to just garble off. You just kind of like take this. I'm not going to do it out here because I don't want them to fall on the ground because I want to use these. But basically, I'll just kind of show you. You take a stem and you just grasp it gently and then pull up the stem, and the leaves and the flowers come off. And you just do that over a bowl, and you have your herbs. And you can store them and use them for tea or whatever. In fact, let's talk preparation since we kind of got onto that topic. Goldenrod is wonderful as a tincture, a glycerite. It's also useful in herbal teas. It's also used wonderfully in infused oils because it does have some skincare benefits as well. So let's go ahead and we'll dive into the benefits and uses of goldenrod now. So goldenrod is one of those amazing broad use herbs, and I just love it. I love being able to find it in the wild. It's a great diuretic. In fact, it's got an affinity for the kidneys and the urinary system. It's a very strong diuretic for herbs, actually. So in terms of one of the contraindications, which there aren't very many, but if you're on kidney medication or diuretics, you should probably talk with your doctor about taking goldenrod. Otherwise, goldenrod's one of those very, very safe herbs. It's generally regarded as safe. So it's got GRAS status. Goldenrod also reduces inflammation in the body. It is full of flavonoid antioxidants, and these are compounds that go to work where they're needed in the body, kind of systemically, and they just help reduce inflammation. The next thing that goldenrod is really great for is congestion due to allergies, colds, and flu. The reason it's really great for congestion, and many people love using it as an allergy support, is because of those flavonoid antioxidants and their anti-inflammatory nature. It also contains quercetin is actually one of those compounds, the flavonoids. And quercetin is helpful in getting into your body, and it helps the body with the histamine response. And that's why and how it works with allergies. A very simplistic explanation. Of course, there's lots more to it than that, but this video is not long enough to go into all of the phytochemistry. But just suffice to say that that's what it does. Another inflammatory response that many of our bodies have is arthritis, joint pain, just muscle aches. Taking a little bit of goldenrod tincture might be helpful for those conditions as well, just to help your body get back into a state of good balance. Skin-wise and skincare-wise, there are compounds in goldenrod that are really helpful and are extractable in infused oils. So it's easy to make a nice salve with goldenrod. And if you are a person who has itchy skin or eczema, goldenrod is one of those herbs that's really beneficial to add to your formula. And I would suggest maybe in combination with calendula, and those two together, and perhaps some milky oat powder. There's a few different herbs you could add for itchy skin and eczema and psoriasis and things like that, but goldenrod is one of them. And then lastly, minor wounds. Goldenrod has some nice antibacterial qualities, and when used in a spray or a compress together with other herbs, it's a really nice supporter and helpful for minor wounds. So if you're out in the field even and you see a patch of goldenrod and you get hurt, it can make a pretty nice little compress really quickly for some immediate first aid in the wild. So those are some things that goldenrod is really helpful for. And I just love this plant. It is just, number one, it's just cheerful and beautiful. It used to be grown and cultivated in many English gardens. It still is. And it's quite prolific once it gets going. So it's really a nice plant to have. It's super pretty. So I hope you are able to go forage some. Oh, I forgot to mention the Latin name, which is very important, is a Solidago species. There are many, many species of goldenrod in America and North America. I think there's around 48 from what I can remember from the master class in the Confident Herbalist Tribe, which I wrote a couple of years ago. By the way, if you want to learn about plants and you want to take advantage of an amazing group full of herbalists and other aromatherapists with a wide range of experiences, then you really should join the Confident Herbalist Tribe. This is my herbal membership, and we actually talk about deeply going into an herb of the month. We go into the phytochemistry, the folklore, recipes and remedies, all about the herbs. And in addition to that, we do activities, and there are also master classes around different herbal foundational topics. And there are so many of these classes right now that I've got them organized in terms of body systems. So if you have a specific focus that you want to start with, then you can choose herbs for that body system. If you are interested in a more seasonal approach, I've got them organized that way as well. So it's a really great membership. I hope you'll join us. In fact, this video is sponsored by the Goldenrod Masterclass in the Confident Herbalist Tribe. I was only able to give you a tidbit of information here in this short YouTube video. There's so much more to know about goldenrod, so I hope you'll take a look. I will put the link in the description below, so just press where it says show more. And you can find out more about the tribe if you're interested. All right. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead. Be sure to get your free herbal remedy guide and cheat sheet, or perhaps you'd like the essential oils for mood. I've got that link too, or the how to relax using herbs and oils. I've got lots of free stuff for you guys. All right, I will talk with you soon. I hope you enjoyed learning about beautiful goldenrod, and I'm going to head out and try to find a little bit more to keep us through the winter. All right, I will talk with you soon. Bye.